Welcome back, WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and WNST.net. We're on Radio Row. We're on the set here. You know, this guy, he's real close on Radio Row, but not all that far in real terms. You get down to the D.C. Beltway. I know that's hard for some of us in Baltimore to do that. Brian Mitchell joining us here, not just from the team and from the Washington Redskins, who we love to hate in Baltimore, so we can have all that fun. But
man, I love the Ravens. How y'all going to hate us, man?
So is this the point?
I got connections to the Ravens.
See, this is where I piss Luke off and say, home of the world champion Washington Nationals. Is what, you know.
Hey, it's true.
It is true. Hey, they had a hell of a run.
Hey, the District of Champions.
I've never heard that before.
You got the Redskins. They've done it before, not lately, but lately you got the Caps, you got the Nationals, you got the Mystics. You know, hey, they're getting it done.
I claimed the Caps until Leon just lied and said he was going to bring the trophy to Baltimore and then didn't.
He never did.
He never brought the trophy to Baltimore, not for the people.
Ted, make sure you bring it up.
Yeah, well, you better talk Ted on that. But listen, you're doing Wounded Warriors here, and we do good causes here all the time. And I know you played in this game. I am an amputee, so they tried to recruit me. I'm missing my finger, right? So they tried to get me to play, and I'm like, man, I can't go out with all these guys that have been to Iraq and Afghanistan and done all this admirable stuff. And they tried to talk me in as a ringer, and the year Snoop played, I wanted to get – I mean, one thing to catch a football from you or from, you know, Kenny Mayne who comes on the show. But Snoop, that's a whole different level of celebrity when you – do you ever play ball with Snoop?
I never played with Snoop, but I know him very well. But Snoop is a guy who I don't know how he finds that energy to do all the stuff he does. The guy is an unbelievable entertainer, but still he gets out and he does a lot of great things.
He's rapping down here tonight.
Yeah.
He's playing down to Cleveland.
He'll probably bring up the sun and still come through the whole day like we all do it. You know?
Maybe there's something in that stuff he's growing.
Hey,
little consumption of something.
They're proving that, you know what, going that way, the natural way is the best way.
Kyle Turley's been over here.
I had Kyle yesterday.
I talked to him. You know, you do radio for a living. You do this. And you're trying to do good cause. I see you doing all sorts of stuff. I do try to do the same thing in Baltimore. You're doing in D.C. down at the team and whatnot. But this means a little something. I mean, so much so that you're visiting with everybody here to talk about Wounded Warriors.
I think bringing attention to it, and I think, you know, I grew up in a military family. And
I did not know that.
My dad was in the Army for 20 years, and he taught me he always said, respect the uniform. And every time I see a person, thank you for your service. You know, I'm going to make sure I go shake their hand firmly. Don't give a military guy no weak handshake. You know, they're going to talk about you.
They're going to crush you.
But when I played in that game, you know, I played in the game because I wanted to support and I wanted to help out. But then when I got into the game, I was taught a lesson that, you know, nothing is too big to overcome. And you look at some of those guys, you wonder how can they have a smile on their face. And they do. And they don't want you giving them no handout. They don't want you taking it easy on them. They're competitive as hell, and made me realize in that game, you know what, Brian Mitchell, you better bring Brian Mitchell. You don't come out here with half of Brian Mitchell. We're going to show you something. Because when I'm dealing with a guy that's a double amputee with his legs and he's tackling me in a flag football game, I understood at that point, this is for real. They're not out here just to have fun. They want to win the damn game.
Well, and I see this every single year when they recruit. That's why I didn't play. I said, I'm not getting out there running around. You guys have been in training for 8 weeks, or all I've done is yoga with Baldinger. I'm not ready for all this nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
For you with the game and being close to – what does a Washington Redskins legend like yourself, you're on the radio doing Redskin, think of the better football team 38 miles away that like –
Hey, I thought they would be here. Actually,
so did we.
I thought they would be here. But you know what, though? The one thing I've always learned is that you have to learn how to win. And you look at that football team, and you're being led by Lamar Jackson, very young guy. But still, you got to learn. And in that game, it wasn't Lamar's fault that they lost. It's a lot of things that happened.
That's
in that
a team
football
loss.
Game. Drops. The team lost.
Yeah.
You know, I say I have connections with Baltimore. John Harbaugh was my special teams coach in Philadelphia.
Of course.
Right.
David Culley, who's on the staff now, recruited me
very
out of high
highly
school.
respected.
Recruited me out of high school. So I've known David since I was 16 years old. He was my quarterback.
So you got
coach.
a little purple blood in that burgundy and gold there somewhere.
Listen to me, man. I'm not a man that's going to hate. I love things done the right way. And I love to see when people have that prolonged success, that's what I look for. And when you look at the Ravens and what Ozzie has done, you know, for a long time, and I think that's going to continue on, the way they draft to benefit the Ravens. It's not about celebrity. It's not about, we're going to just go just this guy because he's the biggest name. No. Does it help us? Is it going to be what we believe? And if they do that over and over again, you notice with the Ravens, they don't stay down very long.
Right.
You know, they may have a down year, boom, they up the next year. That's because they draft the proper way. And when a coach comes in, the coach doesn't bring his mindset. He falls into the Ravens mindset. The Steelers did that for a long time. You know, you look at the way the Patriots do things.
Sure.
Those teams that have been good for a long time, they do it that way. And I think one of the issues with the Redskins was the fact that every time a new coach came in, they had a totally new mindset, which means what? You got to get rid of players to get the coach's type of players. And then if he's gone in 2 years, then you start all over again.
Swimming upstream the whole time.
Yeah, now you get a format, and you make sure every coach comes in, lives to that format, and you can be good for a long time.
Well, you mentioned something that we don't talk about. You said they don't care about celebrity and all. No, they don't, but it feels like your owner is always chasing chasing the prettier girl. I mean, that's 20 years of history now.
And he's gone through that, and I think now he's understanding, and I think the hiring of Ron Rivera. Now, Ron Rivera comes from that same tutelage as John Harbaugh.
Sure.
All those guys were with Andy Reid. When I went to Philadelphia, they were on that staff. You look at all the guys on Andy's staff who are now head coaches or coordinators in this league. You know, and Ron's mindset is very much like what I believe in. I believe in that military mindset. I believe in holding everybody accountable. You do it the way you're supposed to do it, or your ass got to look for another job. And I think that was not it before. I just think if he comes with the way he's coming in now, holding people accountable, that's going to change up the trajectory of that football team, because I don't believe guys have been held accountable. And that's been a problem to me, and I despise that. I grew up in a military family, and it's like you have a chain of command. You have a way of doing things. If you don't do it that way, and then you need to be reprimanded for it. And I've seen guys who mess up, and they still rolled out every week.
Well, we do a Baltimore Positive thing here, and we talk to a lot of political people about trying to make our city better. I mean, your city's got its own set of problems as well, you know. But and Don Moeller, my partner, always says the next leader of Baltimore has to have a hatred of one thing: incompetence. Incompetence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It.
And because incompetence will lead to the death of all of us.
Exactly.
Right? Literally.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Definitely. I think incompetence and complacency. You know, if you're happy with where you're at, you failed. You should always want to just inch up a little bit every day.
I come down to team disparity with you, man.
I'm serious,
I don't even want to like you, but I like you now.
My mindset is every day I'm trying to be a better Brian Mitchell, not the same Brian Mitchell. And then if I can just leave a little mark on somebody else. You know, after Kobe passed away, I think I got even worse. But for the last 3-4 weeks prior to that, I have been telling everybody, just smile, shake somebody's hand, make their day.
I'm shaking a Redskins hand. You know I get along with everybody.
You know, make a world of difference for somebody, and then you can see how you can begin to change the world. Don't complain about it if you're not doing something about it. You know, if you're not trying to make the world a better place, then damn it, I don't want to hear you complaining about anything. So if I were to, you see people all the time, somebody may need a meal, and I know we go through life and say, oh, he's just faking us out. No, you don't know that. What if that person needs that meal? You know, and everybody recognizes who the hell I am. I don't want nobody going and say, well, Brian Mitchell just walked past me. And a lot of times I'm going to find out, you know, you hungry? Yes. Okay, let me go buy you a meal. And if the person say, no, give me the money, I know they lying.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? But if the guy says, oh, thank you, sir, I'm going to go buy the best meal I can for him. I saw a little thing on LinkedIn where a guy saw a guy at the door. He said, man, I think he's hungry. He invited him into his store, and he made sure he had a meal. And he told him, go get something to drink, get you some chips. Take this with you for later on. Just being kind. Awesome. It didn't kill him to do that. And I think a lot of times we get too involved with the hustle and bustle of life, when we don't understand humanity is just about taking a little time with people. You know, walking around here today, I am thrilled to be talking about the Wounded Warriors. I'm thrilled to be talking about Miller, who's sitting up there going out and supporting the Wounded Warriors. You know, they're making a difference in the lives of people that make our lives easy. We talk on a radio for a damn living.
We do.
Yeah. And we do that because of those guys who lost a limb here, lost a limb there, went out and put their life on the line for us. So what the hell? I mean, this is an easy job for me.
No
I
doubt.
do it with a smile, and I would do it every day as hard as I can.
This is only the 9th year. It feels like they've been doing it longer than this. This is my 27th Super Bowl. It feels like they've been doing it 15 years. 9 straight Super Bowl tribute to heroes. Is it Mueller or Muller?
Mueller.
Mueller Sports, because it can be pronounced either way. Mueller sportsmed.com. That's kinesiology.
Yep.
And working on. So a lot of celebrities have played in this thing, and we're doing all this stuff here. But we got a real game here. And as much as we don't want to talk about it, Redskins, Ravens, we're not here.
I know.
And I want Andy to win, and obviously if you're a Ravens fan, you got Terrell Suggs involved in this game. I've always had a admiration for Dave Tobe as well.
Yeah, Big Tobe, I love. Tobe was with Harb.
Another one of one of Spags is one of John's guys as well.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling for the Chiefs. This is a good football game to talk about.
It's a good football game because you're looking at an offense who's as potent as you've seen in history, and you're looking at a defense who's been historically good. Now it's going to come down to who dictates to who. And I really believe that Kansas City has a chance to dictate based on how they work their offense. If you are going to drop back 5-7 steps and sit, San Francisco is going to destroy you. But if you get the ball out of your hand quickly, and now what they start doing, they stop pass rush, they start trying to get their hand up, you take away their strength. And what Patrick Mahomes does, he drops back, he fakes it, you jump, he gets outside, he let the ball fly. That team can dictate to 49ers. I'm going with it. I'm pulling for Andy. I want to see Andy get one because I don't know how much longer he's going to be coaching. You want to see that man solidify that career with a championship.
Love Andy. Everybody loves Andy, right?
Big Red.
Mitchell.
I'm telling you, looking for a commercial. If they win it, he's going to bust through a wall. He's going to be Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah, and holding his trophy up. I already got it planned.
I love it.
I did love the Tuesday Night Media, Monday Night Media thing. It's great. Brian Mitchell here for the team in D.C. and here for it's Mueller. MuellerSportsMed.com, and, of course, the Wounded Warriors. And we've even got the jersey out here with the WWA.
You put it on, you got to play.
Oh, man. Did I talk about my knee surgery in 06?
Hey, no complaints.
All
you
the excuses.
Overcome it, man. We don't excuses.
No one cares. Work hard.
Nobody cares.
There you
Work
go.
hard.
There you go. Exactly.
Brian Mitchell, we're live on Radio Row. It's all brought to you by our friends at BuyAToyota.com. You can find them out in the BuyAToyota.com Audio Vault, Royal Farms, Liberty Pure Water, and our friends at Redskin Global. We are WNST.net, AM 1570 at WNST Towson, Baltimore. We never stop talking Baltimore sports from Miami.